Alrighty, so for the first time in this series, we are talking about a Superman film without Christopher Reeves. Rest in peace. That sounded very sarcastic. I'm so sorry. It's not sarcastic. I genuinely mean it. He was a great man. Superman Returns. Well, this wasn't the first attempt at bringing Superman back after Christopher Reeves. There was supposed to be a Christopher Reeves Superman 5 Reborn, which would have followed a high-stakes action movie with Brainiac as the villain, which, genuinely speaking, I saw a video going over the script of it. It sounded amazing, and if Reeves would have signed on, he would have killed it. Lois and Clark actually would have had standout moments in that movie for once. Just, the production company probably wouldn't have enough time to make it, so they moved on to the Tim Burton movie, which clearly didn't work out. There's some other attempts, but that led to Superman Returns with X-Men director, I don't know his name, directing it. So before I get into that, I want to talk about him. Like many of you know, he was accused of sexual assault. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know enough about that situation. And knowing what he has reportedly done, it is hard to look back at Superman Returns fondly. But looking past that and only looking at Superman Returns without the director in your head, it isn't as bad as I was expecting. And let's also be honest, I spoke positively about Superman 4, so depends on opinions. I also speak positively on Quantumania, so the film needed a highly amount of money to get a sequel, but coincidentally enough, the sequel also would have had Brainiac as a villain. So would the Man of Steel sequel. So, what it just turns out is Brainiac can't be a villain in anything, which makes me sad. He is one of my favorite Superman villains, and I love how he was portrayed in My Adventures with Superman, even though his design could have been better. But on to Superman Returns. I just want to start this off with the actors kill it. I think Brandon Routh is a great Superman. I am so happy he got a chance in CW's Crisis on Infinite Earths in the Kingdom Come suit, which I'm showing on screen right now. He deserved everything to come back. He deserved a better Superman movie. He should have been less stoic and more about it. The actress of Lois is fine, but she isn't as determined as Lois Lane should be. The new actor of Lex Luthor is incredible. I just want to say that. He kills it. He doesn't try to reinvent the wheel, but he also tries to do his own thing. Like, he isn't trying to be Christopher Reeves the Lex Luthor from the Christopher Reeves movies, but he also isn't trying to not to be. Which I think is really nice and really sets him differently. Like, he has some disturbing moments in this film. And also, Metropolis is its own city in this film. It is not just New York City, but again, can't blame the Ream films. It is the time and budget they had back then. They could not pull off Metropolis being its own thing. Understandable. So, Superman Returns was also made because of the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, and also not to mention the Spider-Man movies, the X-Men movies, the Fantastic Four and Daredevil films. Like, all those were coming out around then, so Superman came back. And with that, the film follows Superman after 5 years of not being around, which is an interesting choice. So he feels like an outsider, so I think him being more stoic is fine. Oh yeah, I forgot about an actor I wanted to talk about. James Marsden's in this movie. Yep. Donut Lord. Yep. Cyclops. I'm showing images of those two. He's gonna be in Avengers Doomsday. I can't believe it. He plays a character called Richard, who is Lois Lane's fiance. By the way, Lois has a son in this film with Richard. I definitely won't be talking about that again later. You kind of just follow two stories. You follow Clark coming back to Earth and kind of just like getting back used to it, and then you follow Lex and his retail scheme with Kryptonian crystals. But it's interesting. All right, I'm gonna give the film that. It's a very interesting story and idea to go off of. Like, so Clark comes back, and I just want to say this: Brandon Routh does an amazing job at being dorky Clark Kent. I'm sorry if I'm just rambling a bunch. This is me coming off of every movie and just rambling my thoughts about them, because this is my first time seeing most of these movies. And there's that iconic moment. But, like, so you see all that, and you just kind of go, oh, alright. And, like, it is an interesting movie. It is very high stakes. And this is a Superman movie made in the early 2000s. Meaning they had the technology and budget to pull it off. Like, it isn't insane to believe that a man can fly anymore. Like, you could tell how clean this one is. And it opens up with Superman coming back to being Superman in his costume that it's alright. His shorts are a bit too short and the red's a bit too dull, but I got used to it. But look here, Superman's first time back after 5 years is saving an accident that happened with a rocket ship taking off on a passenger plane. It's cartoony, but at the same time, it's also comic booky. Also, I didn't know that planes could withstand space, but I'm gonna let it slide. It's a fictional movie. So Lois, and due to Lex getting these Kryptonian crystals and testing it out, it caused a power outage, which caused this whole mess that happened in this scene. So Lois is trying to investigate that, and it leads her to Lex's bow that she didn't know was Lex. And when Lex finds her and her son, he has this, like, kryptonite thing, and he's explaining his plan to her about how he's going to kill billions of people. And he realized her son is being a bit reactive to the kryptonite he's holding, or just staring at it funny. So even though she says it's the son of Richard, it is revealed in the film, thanks to the son killing a man with a piano, that Lois Lane and that my boy James Marsden, one of the best actors in Hollywood, I'm just gonna say that, shoot me, I've also said, got cucked again, this time not by Hugh Jackman, but by Superman. Yep, the baby Richard, whatever his last name was, aka James Marsden thought was his, is Superman's. Superman has a child, which would have been possessed by Brainiac in the canceled sequel. Alright, interesting. Interesting choices. The film has a lot of interesting choices, but those interesting choices drag on. It is very slow paced. Like, the beginning goes by super fast. And then it just slows down until you see the Superman fake out death. And then he comes back and speaks the same words his father told him to his son, which is a very sweet moment. Oh yeah, speaking of that, this film is loosely canon to the Christopher Reeves films. And what I mean by that is I would like to say it's in an alternate universe. This film tries to be the Superman 5 of the Christopher Reeve movies, and it just does not do that. Like, it really does, but, like, there are some subtle differences, like, you know, of course, the actors, and then Ma Kent's also alive, which isn't the case in the Christopher Reeves movies. So, I would like to say, this takes place in its own universe. The events of every Christopher Reeves movie still happens, but it's with this cast of characters, and Ma Kent never dies. Like, he still goes to, and Lois and him get pregnant, and he disappears for 5 years after the events of the quest for peace. That is my theory about it. I think if it was just a full reboot, that would have been the better choice, and that's how I went into it watching, but you know, they really try to sell you on, this is the Christopher Reeves Superman, but it's Brandon Routh. So, that's like the one main issue. But, overall, the film is alright. I would say, in my personal opinion, it is a 6.5 out of 10, making Third place, aka right now, Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, which is currently 6 out of 10, beaten by 0.5 points. Going to third place being Superman Returns. Yep. Now, this is the second to last part of this series, because I still am going to be talking about Man of Steel tomorrow, and then eventually I'm going to do my spoiler review on the new James Gunn Superman. And I don't want to talk about Man of Steel that much. There's a lot better videos to go watch for Man of Steel, and I'm really scared of what people will think of my opinions. But then I remembered no one watches these. So if you want to watch good videos about the Christopher Reeves movies, go watch the 3C Films one. And if you want to watch a good Superman Returns video, just look up something for it. 3C's also working on that, so I guess you can wait for him too. But if you want to stay around for my poorly edited, my poorly quality videos recorded on an Android, yeah, then go watch the past parts, please. It would mean a lot. I'm working my ass off on this series, and I just want to thank you if you even watched this. Nobody probably did, but just thank you anyways. Bye.